Hi, Brandon Hardison, President of Champion Strategies, with our ongoing public speaking workshop. The reason why we're doing this one, and you may have missed the first part, but I did have a young lady call me and said, how about some public speaking tips just for females? So we did a part one. It got a little long. So I said, well, let's just do a part two. So let's just keep it rolling. Another thing that female needs to do when they're thinking about public speaking, is pronunciate and pause. Pronunciate and pause. Imagine sitting across a table listening to a woman share this. We are working hard on this because we want to get the business up and running by 2012, especially April 2012, which is the target date. And we're very optimistic that the right financing, we can get there. And so this is why I've been approaching you differently and some of the investors every day. This type of communication causes pile up one on the other. The speaker is interrupting their own thoughts. They don't realize it, and they're throwing themselves off. When we don't feel we have the right to take up the space or the meaning of a conversation, or when we're nervous, we tend to rush, and nerves leaves moments that should never happen because you're feeling bad. And brief pauses between sentences cannot really give you the confidence. You're just free flowing. We have to find a way to reel that in if you're going to be taken seriously. So, how does it feel in contrast to imagine listening to this? We're working hard on this. We want to get the business up and running by April the 12th. We're very optimistic that the right financing, we can get there. I am approaching different investors every day, completely different. We need to watch the words. Too many words doesn't mean a better speech. Less is best. And the best person who always stays in my mind is our former president, Abraham Lincoln, with his famous Gettysburg Address. So just think that. Now, another thing, keep being yourself. Women do not change. If you have unique ways of communicating, unique ways of doing what you do, no one says get out of your style. That's what makes you you. That's what you bring to the front of the room. So people want that. But in contrast, we just need to practice it. Make sure that the garb, the dress that we're working, make sure that we know how to control the room. If you do have heels, make sure we can walk in those heels. What do we need to do to get you at your best? When we do this, we found out one very unique thing. Many times that the women had an initial content that they wanted to share, they had to rewrite it. Start out by increasing your awareness for the speech patterns or whatever you want to share. Do a walk through the area that you're going to be speaking. This gets your head into the game of what may be there, especially for the audience that are going to be listening to you. And remember, we already know something about the audience. One of my best speakers, who happens to be a trainer that's out there, is Jeanne German. She is one of the best because she practices, but she also comes up with timely things, reminders that you need to do. For example, For a few weeks, you might just work on noticing you use questions when you really meant statements, or vice versa. These things have to be noticed, watched. If you do not have a film running, you need to have someone in the audience who's taking copious notes, and they have the ability to sit with you afterwards and share with you the miscues, what we need to work on, what needs to be improved. All of these things can get you eventually what you want. The world needs your ideas. I'll say it louder. The world needs the female perspective. We always have, we always done. It's just that in this arena called public speaking, a whole lot of females didn't follow us in. And so it's male dominated, it's one sided, and many times it could be a little bit sharper. The world needs your ideas as a female. So it's time to start sharing them fully, loudly, boldly, slowly, without apologizing and without feeling bad for not being in the space because we have kept you out of this space for so long. Once again, Brad at Hardison, President of Champion Strategies, on our ongoing workshop on public speaking. As always, in parting, you go out and you make it a champion.